All right, good morning. Here I am. How are you doing this morning? Hope everything is going all right. Let's see, what are we going to work on today? We're going to work a little bit on wide shoulder blades in the Pilates repertoire, and just going to keep that idea. In a lot of my classes this month, I've been working on this kind of middle of the back area. So if you go back in the library at all to some of the movement lab, even the movement lab on Wednesday that I'm doing now, I'm using the TheraBand a lot, a little bit more of this last week for sure. We did some really nice things that you probably have done with Colette and Megan as well. But yeah, so we'll just get some Pilates done today, and looking forward to moving with you this morning. Let's see, let's go ahead and start on your back and connect into those shoulder blades in a way that we can really feel them. So coming onto your back to start. So as you come down, you can feel your spine come down and meet the floor, meet your mat. And then the shoulder blades, you might kind of just wiggle around a little bit to see where they land. Sometimes when we come here, we have a tension pattern that holds the shoulders, or the humerus bone, the actual arm bone kind of comes forward, which brings the shoulder blades forward. So you could purposely see if you could tuck your shoulder blades back a little bit onto the back. And it's not necessarily feeling like I've narrowed them. It's more that I've given more of the real estate of the shoulder blades contact with the floor. We'll see what happens with that. And let's take a few breaths. Let's get the breathing connected in. You're welcome to bring your hands to your rib cage if you'd like. And then bring the breath into your hands. Full breath out. Full breath into the rib cage. Full breath out. Full breath in and out. And relaxing the shoulders with the next couple of breaths. In breath into the ribs again. And with the exhale, instead of thinking so much about the ribs, we'll just let the shoulders really come down with that. And then just coming back to a normal breath. Noticing the normal breath. And any change that a few breaths in deeply might have made in the body. And then let's bring the hands alongside the body and bring the knees up. Let the knees rest over the hips. And let's do a knee fold or two here. So take one foot down, tap the heel, come up. Take the other foot down, tap the heel, and come back. Just noticing if the shoulders can stay relaxed as you do this, or if you have to keep reminding yourself, like I am reminding myself, to relax the shoulders. Let this be work of the belly, of the hips. Relax the shoulders, neck, and throat. If you want a little more challenge, You try to take that heel out away from you a little bit further. Continue to relax the shoulders. Good. And then go ahead and balance the knees over the hips. And then let's let the shoulder blades come out as you wrap them around up toward your hands here, reaching up toward the ceiling. So we're protracting the shoulder blades away from the spine now, reaching them upward. And then let's go ahead and bend the elbows and let the shoulders come back toward the floor again. So shoulder blades kind of tucking back in, knees bent. And then let's do a little dead bug here. So right foot up, left hand up, come back to bent knee and elbow. Other side, up, back to bent knee and elbow. Up and back and up and back. Reaching up and up and back. Continuing like that a couple more times. And then bring the feet down, bring the arms down. See if you want to take one of those nice deep breaths again. We'll interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head. And then letting the shoulder blades again, it's like this similar to what we just did, right? If the hands upward, only this time your elbows reach up and the shoulder blades come out a little bit. And then taking your time here little by little, the head coming up, and then a little more of the spine comes up and pause. And then a little bit more of the spine comes away, and notice where your heavy spot is in the back. And then a little bit more, and a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more. Reaching with the elbows. Using the belly for 3, 2, 1. Come on, back down. And let the elbows come out to the side. Let the jaw release. And then let's come back up again. Elbows up. Lifting the head. Peeling the spine away. This time I went up a little bit faster. Found my way to that upward position. And then keeping those elbows reaching. Belly working. And then slowly coming back down. Let's take those arms up toward the ceiling again. Reaching, letting the shoulder blades come out. They have to come out and around to reach upward, to lift off of the floor. And then let's take that right arm overhead. Kind of reaching one side. And maybe you feel a little length in your side body here in the ribs as you reach that. And I'm not coming all the way down to the floor with it. I just want to be able to reach. So I want to be able to move that shoulder blade up and then come back to over the shoulder. Left side gets to try. Reach. And back up. Reach overhead. Reach overhead. And then let's try something with these next 2. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, reach, and pulling the ribs down. You can even bring your hand there. As your arm reaches over. Exhale, let that exhale run its course. Come back up. Inhale here. Exhale, other side. Inhale here. Exhale. Kind of like I'm pulling down the ribs on this side here as I'm reaching overhead. Little armpit stretch, good for the lymph. Exhale. And then coming back, bring the arms back alongside the body. And then bring the knees in, and let's do a little roll up here to find our way up. And all right, let's come onto the side body. Let's get a little more of that length on the side here. So I'm going to take the arm all the way out, take the hips alongside the back here. I'll let the knees come out in front to give me a little balance there. I'm going to work a little bit more with a karate chop hand here. My other hand here, and your head can rest if you'd like for a moment. And again, we're getting that nice length in the side body. And then I want to do a little bit of work here, pressing up and coming back down. So head in neutral, or the head could hang if that feels okay. The arm is staying down and pressing, and I get a little bit of kind of side body opening again, shoulders, arm, and coming back down. Rest your head. Take a breath. Exhale. Press. Rest the head. Let's do 2 more like that. Exhale. And down. Nice to have that break. And down. Good. In between, let's go ahead and come onto the belly. And then we'll go to the other side. And bring the elbows or the hands in near the chest. Let the neck be nice and long. And let's just see what the shoulders want to do here. They might want to pull forward, so let's cozy them up a little bit onto the back, and yet be thinking about kind of broad across the upper back. And then let's use our length in the back of the neck and an idea of reaching through the crown of the head, reaching outward, reaching outward, reaching outward. And then press down a little bit with the hands so that the elbows are kind of in toward the spine a little bit, in toward the body, excuse me, not really toward the spine, but the elbows and the hands just a little bit. I'm not really using them to press up so much as just igniting all the muscles there, because that helps me feel the back, the upper back a little bit more. And then come on down, slide the hands forward, relax the shoulders and the mid back and the low back completely. Let's do that one more time. Hands coming near the body, shoulder blades sliding up toward each other a little bit without pinching, because then I'm real narrow. But sliding onto the back. And then reaching through the crown of the head to come up a little bit. And then pressing with the hands a little bit. And I'm coming up a little bit more with that. It's almost like we're going to come up into swan. Just kind of doing a piece of that. Arms get a little work. That's nice. And then come down and support the forehead again. And then we're going to come to your other side. And I've got to do a little switcheroo. So I'm going to come onto my other side. Long arm, karate chop arm. And let's see, we had the legs in the bottom like that. And that works just fine. So that karate chop arm, the other hand in front here, pressing down to come up a little bit. It's not a real big movement, is it? Let my head come down if I want to rest it. Pressing with my arm that's down, this karate chop arm, and a little bit with my front arm as well. Good. Let's do one or two more. And really that length and that lifting of the shoulder blade feels kind of nice. And then use this one. We'll bring the hand closer here to come up. And let's go ahead and take ourselves up to standing. And if you have an elastic or a band strap, a yoga strap or an elastic here, let's bring that up with you. All right, coming up onto your feet. And just noticing how our work feels so far. Feel the feet. It's the first time we get to be more grounded into the feet, kind of used our midsection and the back body so far. So now let's take our work and work a little more with shoulder blade broad. So elbows bent, your band here. And already just giving a little bit of tension on that band, I start to feel my shoulders, right? And I've got the kind of shoulders a lot of people can see. So as I get ready for that, I want to find the most connected spot, right, for those shoulder blades. So a little pull here. And by connected, if it's forward, you can really feel that in my ribs, my back ribs, that I'm coming forward with that here, a little more in my shoulders rather than pulling in the back. So let's go ahead and pull and release here. Pull and release. Pull, release. Pull, release. Nice work. Pull. All right, I'm gonna pull that, really feel that in there. And then let's take it up, shoulder height, and back down. Take a break at any point if you start to feel fatigue. My band is stronger than I thought it was. So I'm definitely feeling that nice connection, a closed chain connection here with the band. Release your legs down into your feet. Let this be shoulder work. Bring the breath into the ribs again. Couple more. And then release the arms. Anybody else feeling that? Again, depends how hard you're pulling and how hard your strap is to pull maybe, right? All right, so I'm gonna let my arms go out a little bit wider. Still have a little bend in the elbows. Let's come up shoulder height. And let's give that a pull here. Give that a pull. Again, you might be able to pull really wide, and if it feels kind of loosey-goosey, grab in a little bit closer, right? Hands a little bit closer on your elastic so that it's a little harder for you to go swinging those wrists way out. See if your elbows are lifted. And again, drop your legs down into your feet. Do you notice the tension kind of go away when we talk about that? It goes down into the feet. I'll notice I'm using leg muscles or shoving my knees back. And then let's come down with the arms again. We're getting some nice arm work going too. Lift the shoulders, release, lift, and release. Was that climbing up in the neck yet? It wasn't for me, but it might have been for you. Let's go ahead and take this up. So now, again, I like a little wider grip when I'm going to go overhead. So take that up and back down. Up and back down. Up and down. Up and down. Here we go. Reach up. Shoulder blades get to slide. Slide back down. Slide up. Slide back down. Good. Let's go ahead and take this band up advantage here. And let's take a little bit of a side bend. Keep those arms reaching. It can be very tiring to keep that reach going. So if you're feeling a little tired, let's bring the arms down. Definitely was starting to feel that after our overheads. I'm going to do that again though. And then take that over, little pull on the band. And then see if you can keep reaching overhead as you go, both arms reaching. And then bring those arms down. So as both arms reach, can you feel that up here a lot? I could definitely start to feel that if I really reach both arms, right? I'm going to drop the strap here for a moment. I'm going to do a one-sided, taking one arm up. Like nice karate chop arm, just to get that line from the pinky to the armpit. And then let's take that over. A little different, right? Letting this arm be down. Get that nice opening again in the armpit, ribs, and drop that arm. And the other arm comes up. Karate chop arm really reaches, lifts the shoulder, tip over. Get to feel that all the way nicely down into the flank. And one more to each side. Up, reach, and up, and reach. All right. And come back to your standing. Let's come back down here now onto the floor. Grab your elastic or band if you'd like, or you may find you'll ditch it in a moment. Let's work a little bit with the roll down and roll up. I think I'm going to do a little bit of knees bent here, just out of curiosity to see how that feels in my body today. If you want to straighten out the legs at any point, I know all of you have been working on this material for a while, at least with the various teachers. So I just want to play around with it a little bit here today to see what happens if the knees are bent a little bit, the heels are digging in a little actively. I've got the band for a little assistance to find my way down, vertebra by vertebra. Relax the head and neck. Breath, lift the head. That same work we did in mini crunch. coming up. And coming back down. Shoulders come back. See if you can relax the shoulder blades back down with the head. And again, I'm going to try this coming up with bent knees, just to keep things nice and fresh, because maybe it's easier, maybe it's harder for you or me to do that. Coming back down. All right, and then landing up in the up position. I'm going to take that elastic away. Coming back behind the sit bones. And I really love this for this wraparound feeling and connection, right? And I know some of you have done the classes with Colette where we've put the band there. So we could do our shawl as well to give us an idea where those shoulder blades are, but do a little wiggling around. Where are the shoulder blades? If they're pulled way back like this, does that work as well as letting the elbows come up and giving that nice connection all the way in? That seems to be really nice here. So let's come back and then let's go ahead and bring the heels up and do a little balance. Let the head have its length, the back of the neck. You haven't thought about your head having length, but reaching out the crown of the head, we can give the back of the neck some length. And yet, ribs pull in to help us out here. And then let's go ahead and come forward and give yourself a little break. All right. So options, hands alongside the body. I'm going to go with that. And most of you are going to go with that as well. You may want to hang on to the backs of the legs. You could do that this whole time here. We're going to move the legs for stomach series. So hands alongside the body. Can we find that same connection we did here all the way up into the shoulders, broad shoulders, as you move the feet out, heel, toe, come back, out, heel, toe, come back. Either sliding the foot along the floor or hovering that foot. Toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, toe, connecting into the palms, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, toe. And then go ahead and grab onto the fronts of the legs, crawl up onto the sitting bones a little bit, and give yourself that nice up high feeling. And then we're going to come back and then give ourselves this a little bit extra challenge. Again, have your hands at the legs if you'd like. I'm going to bring my hands like I had them for mini crunch, with the elbows getting to reach here. So having that connection in again in a little different position, the elbows up, belly pulls back. And then can we give a little twist here to one side, come back to center, a little twist and back to center. That twist went with my breath. And exhale. Center. Inhale, center. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. All right, go ahead. And come upward. Very good. Sit back a little bit. Take the feet a little bit wider than your mat maybe, or about as wide as your mat. If you're working on that, it doesn't have to be super wide. And then let's go ahead and take that same twist and let's take that same twist, only we're in this position, right? A little bit more upright in the spine. I can still kind of start to bring that back here as I twist. And I'm going to switch. So I'm going to come to the other side. And then the first side. And then switch. And then come center. And let's take this into spine stretch. So pulling back, belly pulls back behind the sitting bones a little bit then, and then reaching forward, exhale. And you can drop the hands and bring them back in. I kind of like to roll with it sometimes like that. Inhaling here. Exhaling, pulling the belly back. Reaching with the hands. Reaching with the head as well. Best you can. Hands can come back, rolling upward. And exhale. And coming back. And exhale. And coming back. And then let's come down, roll down here. Feet on the floor. And checking in with your shoulder blades. So we're going to move into something that we're still aware of the shoulder blades and maybe the spot just below the shoulder blades in this work we're going to do. But when we head into bridge pose, the shoulder blades tend to be a little better set closer to the spine. So sometimes I'll just lift that side and tuck it in, tucking the wing onto the back toward the spine. So the chest opens a little bit more. My arms can come down alongside the body. And then the feet just in the right spot. And then let's see here. There's a couple ways I work with bridge. What do we want to do today? I think probably I'm going to work with this elevator image. So sometimes I think of the pelvis as an elevator, and it's going up and it's going down. And let's say it's a 5-story building. And so if I want to lift my pelvis up to the first story, where is that? So let's go ahead and do that, feeling the feet lifting up to the first story of the building. And just notice how much of the spine is lifted with that first story. And then lift to the second story. And then lift to the third. And then lift to the fourth. And then lifting, pressing down through the feet to come up to the fifth and final story of the building. Breath here, breath. And then let's come down 1 story and the next. And see if you can feel those stories, not only in where the hips are, but in your back. Where is that story? as you go down. A couple more floors, and then you're all the way down and resting the pelvis. And let's do that one more time. We're going to take it floor by floor, first story. Notice where that lands on your back. Maybe take a breath there. Second story. Feeling the feet. Feet get to help. Third story. Fourth. Fifth. Now the hands maybe haven't had to do very much, the arms. So they might get a little more active here, pressing down into the arms, pressing down into the palms. And if you'd like to do a little more work here, you could shift your weight to one side and let a lot of the weight come off of that foot. Maybe you come up onto the toes. Maybe you lift that leg all the way up. Coming back down, gently putting that foot back down, back to both feet, both arms still working, shift, other side. And taking that foot up, if you will. And gently back down, coming to center. Lowering down each floor. Fourth, third, feel that in the back. Second floor, first floor, and maybe that was a long first floor for me. Oh well, come all the way down and rest. And then let the shoulders come back out a little bit. Let's bring the hands behind the head again. Let's bring the feet upward. You can connect the heels if you'd like. And then let's see if we can find our way upward into that mini crunch, elbows reaching. And if you'd like, taking the hands alongside the body for 100. Go ahead and pulse the palms. Inhaling. And exhaling 2, 3, 4. Inhaling that whole time. And exhaling 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. Keep the arms broad. And exhaling. One more breath. And exhaling. Good. And come down and rest the neck, the shoulders, the throat. All right, so after that, we're gonna kind of come up full circle to the hands and knees. So making that transition to come to your hands and knees. Good, so let's find that hands and knee position. And then let's take that karate chop hand outward. One side, obviously not both. It'd be a little tricky, wouldn't it? Karate chop hand, and then just take the hips back a little bit. So pressing that side of the body, that side of the hand and pinky down a little. Breath. Breath. Bring that hand back. And take the other one out. And reach back. Gonna kind of come up on the inhale and exhale, let the hips come down a little bit or back. With the hand really pressing a little bit down there. And then come back here. And then let's take the right knee back behind us, right leg back, reach it back. And then swing it in and reach it back. Staying nice and broad in the body, upper body. So let's maybe get that set again. The hands underneath the shoulders or even a little bit broader. The elbow points outward a little bit to get strong, that connection from that side of the hand, the pinky side of the hand, all the way into the shoulders. So find that again, and then let's lift up the left leg, reach it back. Connecting into the arms as the leg continues to do a little movement here, reaching back, coming forward, reaching back, coming forward. Let your head be in center. Bring that knee down. Let's try the other side again. Keeping that upper body connected. Good. And then bring the knees down. And I'm just going to bring my knees back a little bit to come down to my belly. So come on down to the belly. And we did a little bit of swan earlier. So let's take that swan action we had earlier and bring it into its full view. Let's reach the legs back. Reach them back. So lift each one and reach it back nice and long. And then finding that reach on the floor with the feet. And if the elbows want to be way out to the side, I find that really not very helpful in swan. So as my shoulder blades come in, so do my elbows, as though they were magnetically attracted back there, the elbows. And then I can feel the shoulders so much better. That doesn't mean I'm squeezing them in. They just get a little, they can still be broad here. So find that just right spot. They're working, but also can be broad there. And then we did a little pressing down with the hands earlier, just to start to feel that swan movement. And then let's continue that all the way up to the knees. And then all the way back down. Gather yourself up again. So a lot of times I need to reset my swan activation, kind of activating the back body. And then inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, press. Come down. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale. And this time, go ahead and bring your knees in. And we're going to bring our feet in as well to come to the feet, bending forward. And then rolling up as quickly or slowly as you'd like to find your way up. Then walking to the back of your space. Seeing how you're feeling here. Pilates V with the feet. And let's do a couple of Pilates V heel lifts. So heels are together, balls of the feet separated. Balls of the feet are, yeah, separate, but also spread out. And let's come up and down here a few times. Make sure our toes get in the action best they can. And if you'd like to make it a little more challenging, slow it down. Up and down. Up and down. Nice work. Up and down. Up and down. Good. And then go ahead and let them rest. And with the next exhale, let's take the arms out to the side, all the way up. And then as though you're going to dive forward into a pool, softness in the knees, but that same spine stretch we did earlier, that kind of movement, come on forward. Take the hands down to the floor and we're going to walk out. Now, if you need to, take the knees down and find your way to your plank another way rather than coming with the straight leg. So I'm even keeping the Pilates V, if you will. So it's a challenge, a new challenge for me, finding the spot for the hips, finding my same connection I had earlier for the shoulders, a little bit of bend in the elbows. Those elbows, I'm going to let them bend outward, broad, head up. Head likes to fall, so make sure it's in line with the body. 3, 2, 1. And then walk back. Roll up. Inhale here. Exhale, arms out and up. Keep that exhale going. Like we're going to dive into the pool. You can bend the knees here if you would like, make this a work for you. We're going to crawl down the front of the mat, then get wide with the hands again. Heels could be together, could be in your Pilates V, or if necessary, you come back into parallel. That's just fine with the feet. And then 3 little push-ups. Not going all the way down. It's not really possible for me probably today to go all the way down and get 3 in with Pilates V feet. That's asking a lot. So I did maybe 50% push up. Coming up. One more, inhale, exhale, arms out. Diving into the pool. Walking the hands out. Plank or 3 push-ups. Get set first. Get those elbows connected into the pinkies, connected into the shoulders. And then plank or 3 push-ups. Walking back. And rolling up. Checking in and standing. Bringing the heels together. All right, let's bend the knees. Take the arms out to the side, slicing out to the side. Lift the heels. Come up. Drop the heels. Arms can come down. I'm going to step back so my arms don't disappear. Bend the knees. Lift the heels. Reach up. Come back down. Bend. Lift. Down. Bend. Reach. Down. Bend. Lift. Reach. Down. Go the other direction. Coming up. Bend. Reach the heels down and straighten. Up. bend, reach the heels and straighten. Up, bend, reach the heels and straighten. One more. Up, bend, reach and straighten. And bring the feet into parallel. And checking in here. How is that rib cage feeling? How are the shoulders? And specifically the shoulder blade area, maybe between the shoulder blades, is affected by our work. Good. Sinking into the feet one last time. Legs just get to fall into the feet. Good. And finished. I think we're good to go for the day. Hope you all have a wonderful day ahead and enjoyed we had a very windy day here, but it's super beautiful out all day up in Eau Claire. I think I'll be here next week as well. I'm subbing for Megan. So if you have any requests, please let me know, body parts or stuff you'd like to work on. Otherwise, I will see you in a week. I'm also teaching cardio tomorrow, and Wednesday I have a movement lab. Like I said, I do kind of a mix of some yoga and some Pilates in that class. So you're welcome to join in.
Thank you.
Thank you.